got your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give a nah flex. Why you dare look in the best? Feel to get up in your chest while I soak up my success. Getting tokens for your dress. I be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage. Acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, what you handsome. You ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend, go and put your pants on. Down. The best friend. She went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys. On to get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now Brown, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
A first carry for Najee Harris. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. Forced out to his left. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw, Pickett. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Touchdown! Zach Gentry, 28 yards. And the Steelers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Oh, and now they're going to fake it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed they're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They felt they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Pickett. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs. At their own 11. Pickett now on 1st down. He's got a man complete. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5.
Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm balling like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, Heisman, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. This is not a game, this is not a game. Banging on your chest when I come through the pain. Never been about the money or the fame. But when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the Impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I'll pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Steel City at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers. EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New Orleans Saints. Started now, the kicker Chris Boswell, and we are underway from the Superdome. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Trying the left side with Kamara. Fighting through, and he's got space. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 22 and a first down. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Up the middle, Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Rolling to his left. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Again, it's Johnson. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
7th play coming now on this opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. Play action here with Dalton. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, it's only the first quarter, but that's a quick shift of momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception. And then oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it.
And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you don't like that call on the opening drive of the game.
It's a very strong limb that you're out on right now. Okay, look, the game between college and the NFL continues to creep closer, but that is truly a college play, not an NFL play. Because you'd snap the ball from the 3-yard line there, whether it's going for 1 or going for 2. So it makes sense to try it that way, to maybe fake it. In this case, from the 15, makes 0 sense.
And now your lead's just 6-0 instead of 7-0. And he's got room. And he makes it all the way down to the 31.
76 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Dalton. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Larry Ogunjobi, a sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack. On 2nd and a long way to go. Dalton.
And that one complete downfield to Johnson.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Coming left is Kamara. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. 6-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Steelers 6, Saints 0.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
First and 10, here's Pickett.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Buying time to his left. Open man is Michael Thomas.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
Johnson's got it complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Montravius Adams breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There we go. Stop!
Dalton sets up play action. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 36 yards.
And the Saints are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
Lutz with the extra point. And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Saints 7, Steelers 6.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Pulls it in at the 13. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up. Debo. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A give to Kamara running right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Play action now, Dalton. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Dalton off play action.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there. It's 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, 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 hey. 368. 2 by 2.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Play fake. Here's Dalton. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Throwing. Dalton. Johnson with a completion over the middle.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. 4th down. Dalton wants to throw. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he is going to have the Saints first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead, tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Steelers send out their punter now. And how about this, a fake? And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. So a definite surprise there. They try to fake punt, but this time it's going to blow up in their face, CD.
Yeah, it certainly has. And look, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trailing right now, probably trying to generate some momentum. But that felt like one of those go-for-broke type of a plays in a situation where I don't know that they needed to do that. They still have opportunities, and in this case, they took a chance, and it backfired.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Dalton now to pass. The quick slant caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Kamara. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the fumble recovery. Pickett. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. We're part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick-6 on the other side, and now they get a pick-6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition pick-6 from earlier in this game.
So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. There's Chris Olave. He'll get it inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Kamara trying the right side. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Dalton. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And Dalton to throw. Tries the left side and finds Olave. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, it would make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field. Here's Dalton to throw for. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Three quarters in the books. Lutz now to kick this one away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays. Hard to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Pickett now from the gun here.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he is going to have the Steelers' 1st down as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th. Pickett to throw on 1st down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Pickett setting up the screen. Harris. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
You got the big lead defensively.
willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Looking to throw, Pickett. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Miles Boykin from 6 yards away. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. With the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. Not running. Dalton wants to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jerron Johnson. 70 yards, and the Saints have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. So now after the touchdown, Dalton will lead them up to go for 2. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's still pretty easy to figure out, but all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Oh, passing it. Dalton. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And this is caught. Touchdown. Chris Olave with his 2nd touchdown